A fan-favorite weapon is returning to Destiny 2. Kell's Vengeance and Skolas is now available in-game, and we take a look at the latest Destiny 2 news. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. Yesterday, out of nowhere for some reason, Bungie and the Destiny 2 team tweeted the following. On a clover, if alive, erupts a vast, pure evil, a fire volcano. To which Destiny 2 responded, now sir, a war is won. If you are totally lost like I was at first, and if you haven't noticed, these appear to be palindromes, which is a word or phrase that reads the same backwards as it does normally. So if you take the phrase without the punctuation and the spaces, it's exactly the same forward and backwards. The Destiny 2 reply is also a palindrome. And if you played Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 even for a while, you'll know what this is hinting at. The palindrome void hand cannon is a fan favorite, and it might be back in Heresy, or perhaps even sooner in Revenant with the episode ending wish-like quests. My guess is it's a part of that quest over Heresy given they're tweeting it out this soon, but we'll see. Palindrome originally released in Rise of Iron, then in Season of the Chosen from the Nightfall playlist, and was a big favorite among Guardians in the Crucible. It even had its own Adept version from the Nightfalls. Here's the perks it had before. Hopefully it returns in a pretty strong fashion because players kinda need a reason to play and have fun with weapons for a bit. Think back to Into the Light when it was fun to farm some of those weapons, dive into Pantheon and other modes. Now my guess is that Bungie could be tweeting out more hints like this for other weapons soon, so definitely be sure to stay tuned for that information. The Kell's Vengeance mission is out now in the Prison of Elders. Skolas has returned, those of you who wondered where he is. This is the mission where you can take him out. But there are some interesting secrets and story elements we'll talk about maybe a little bit later or in a different video. This is a master mission recommended 2040. There are no revive tokens, so you can keep reviving, but it does get tough at some moments. The first two encounters are pretty normal, same Destiny mechanics you all know, but the boss is where things get interesting. When you first get into the boss room, Skolas will spawn in front of you. In this room, a random guardian will get the Devouring Essence buff at the top of your screen. You're going to need to pass this between players to progress through the encounter. So once you get low, tell your teammate, they'll pick it up, and so on. You next want to go ahead and kill all the enemies you see. Certain enemies will spawn called High Revenants. When they are destroyed, a red ball floats out from their body and tracks towards Skolas. If it hits Skolas, it will heal him, so make sure you destroy those after you kill the enemy. Once you kill enough of these High Revenants, a Baron will spawn. It's either going to be at the left, right, or back entrance where you came in at. Kill the Baron while passing your buff and it'll spawn a totem. Destroy the totem and it drops a mote. Whoever still has the buff picks up this mote, and there are 3 servitors scattered throughout the room, one at the left side, one at the front near the boss, and one at the right. So whoever picks up this mote, one of these servitors is going to be glowing, that's where you deposit it. You do this 3 times to fill up your ether and then do damage at the boss. Now here's where those red floating orbs come into play again. As you do damage, the orbs will spawn from 3 different parts of the room, healing Skolas. So you can have one person try to focus these, there are a lot of them, or you can have all guardians do damage and quickly look around to destroy the red orbs. That's an easy guide on how to take out Skolas, get yourself the exotic ship.
Good. He knows you are here. Ignore his insults, Guardian. Skolas is only a pawn. His wolves are scattered. His dream of Mars long buried. Now to his final fight. Enemies advance. Kill them dead, Guardian. Hold fast, Guardian. Do not let his raving stir your blood. Skolas stands as Vikrul's champion. Now you must stand for light and for your city.
You face Skolas, the fallen Kell of Kells. There's Guardian. Success. You bested Skolas. What follows?
The fool machine is correct. You should be proud, Guardian. The wolf Kell is felled once more. Yet, Varric's worries. Skolas does not go quietly. Varrix will study these biosigns, Guardian. Perhaps it is nothing. Enjoy your spoils, yes?
Let's next take a look at what's new with today's update 8.1.5.3. First up, we start with activities in the Crucible. They fixed an issue where some ability kills could generate special ammo bricks. For dungeons and raids, we first moved to Vesper's Host. They say they fixed an issue where using Hunter's Shadow Shot super on the servitor could result in an encounter crashing. They also reduced the number of active servitors that appear when splitting the boss during DPS, maybe that had something to do with it. They've also re-enabled Hunter's Shadow Shot super ability in the activity, which is great because it's been out for how many months now? And for infiltration, they fixed an issue that allowed nuclear cores from the traversal to be used outside of the encounter. For gameplay investment, we start with exotic armor and the Titans. For Stoicism and Spirit of Alpha Lupi, reduced heal impulse when using Thruster to 30 health points. And for Crest of Alpha Lupi, reduced heal impulse when using Thruster to 60. For Warlocks, the Balidor's Wrath Weavers fixed an issue where the exotic would cause increased damage dealt by shattering targets frozen with Winter's Wrath far more than intended. Mantle of Battle Harmony fixed an issue where Mantle's Harmony perk could activate during Song of Flames to extend its duration. And for Storm Dancer's Brace fixed an issue where the exotic would not refund energy if the player was in Transcendence during their Storm Trance super. For Hunters, there's just one on the list, and that's Celestial Nighthawk. Fixed an issue where Golden Gun incorrectly was receiving the boosted roaming super recharge benefits while Nighthawk was equipped. General armor fixes, they fixed an issue where the Iron Intent armor set was missing the Iron Lord's Pride intrinsic perk. Also fixed an issue where Solar Weapon Boost ×4 was unable to be applied via exotics such as Mantle of Battle Harmony, Foe Tracer, or Path of Burning Steps to weapons besides Two-Tailed Fox. We now move on to weapons in the Sandbox. Sidearm Heavy Burst have increased body shot damage from 30 to 33. Also increased critical hit from 48 to 52. Submachine guns overall increased magazine size by 10 to 15% depending on the magazine stat and fire rate. Pulse rifles, the high impact now requires 6 crits on all resilience levels above 1. They reduced body shot damage by 0.5, reduced critical hit damage by about 1, and reduced aim down sights damage fall off from 1.7 to 1.6, so some small changes there. For lightweights, they increased body shot damage 3 points, 17 to 20, and increased the critical hit damage by a little bit. For lightweight scout rifles, increased body shot damage 32 to 38, increased critical hit from 64 to 64.6. For rapid fire auto rifles, they increased the body shot and critical hit by 0.1. And for precision hand cannons, the intrinsic hand cannon precision frame now reduces your ADS movement speed penalty by 10%. Snipers reduced the camera roll component of flinch against players by 20%, and for heavy ammo grenade launchers, reduced self-damage by 50%. I always kill myself with grenade launchers, so maybe that'll help me out a bit. For perks, Skulking Wolf, the Iron Banner origin trait, now activates in PvE and when active makes enemies slightly less accurate when targeting you. For target lock, they reverted the update to a previous one for tuning specific submachine guns. There's a couple of changes to 3 exotic weapons. Graviton Lance reverted its RPM to 300. Whisper of the Worm reduced the camera roll component of flinch against players by 50%. And for Ace of Spades, fixed an issue where the Firefly perk was dealing kinetic damage instead of solar. And lastly, a couple of general changes. Apparently, Scavenger's Fate unintentionally had Demolitionist, so now it's going to be replaced with Slide Shot. Fixed an issue where the Omniscient Eye sniper rifle did not have access to enhanced precision instrument at the relic crafting table. Fixed an issue where Season of Arrival's version of Criminal's Dagger had incorrect stats. And also fixed an issue that allowed Harmony and Discord perks to be activated by using certain abilities or getting onto vehicles. Audio cutting out during cinematics should be fixed, and they fixed some issues involving the guitar errors crashing people out. That's everything that's changed today in update 8.1.5.3. But Guardians, that's all we got for today's news update video. If you missed some of the recent videos we talked about, be sure to check out the channel. New mysterious power that's been introduced over echoes and has yet to be contained. The Curse of Nezarec, is it truly gone? And after all these years, it finally happened. And if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.